Hello, and welcome back to the Star Wars Dads podcast. I am DM5C79, and these are dads that love Star Wars. Spidershan is copulating this hunk of junk. Next to him in the pilot seat is just being Bruce. In episode 28, the Star Wars Dads talk about: is Filoni about to take the reins of Lucasfilm? Starfighter has wrapped principal photography. Shawn Levy says that Tom Cruise visited the set and helped shoot a lightsaber duel on Starfighter. 2 new games revealed at the Games Awards. Sit down and strap in because they're going to start the engines.
Welcome back! Welcome
Hello
back!
there!
Yes, it's been a long time, Shannon. It's been too long again, but we're back. Welcome back.
Thank you. You as well.
I was busy. You were busy. Christmas came, Christmas left, and then we had the New Year's, and now it's 2026, but we're going to do our season finale today of season 2, episode 28. I want to thank you to DM for the intro. Thank you very much. Without you, there is no intro to this show. This show cannot start without her.
That's
She gets us going. She gives us the gas. Well, I don't think we're using gas, right? We're using hyperfuel.
Of course.
Yeah. So without her, we're just stranded, or we don't even leave. I don't know.
We're still stuck here. We're still stuck in space. We're still trying to find our way home to Atten.
No, can't say anything about that. How does it go? Can't say. Oh, I forgot now. I said it this week.
I need to rewatch that show.
We talked about that. I spoke about before that I was going. Well, a couple of. I think the last episode, I said I'm going to start watching the movies right through. I had no time. I didn't have
know.
time to like sit down and pretty much do anything like for myself. No, not really. It's all family stuff, and then this and that. So I got nothing to that I've been doing for Star Wars. Oh, maybe Extra Life.
Yeah, you
Since
should talk
then,
a little bit about Extra Life.
I will later on. So I did some Extra Life. I played some video games, and I'll discuss it later with about video games.
I'm going to talk about the games you
Well,
played and which one you did not play. I
well,
told
let's
Chris
get.
I would bring it up.
Oh, well, yeah, well, this will happen. So yeah, the only thing I did for extra was Extra Life. But I'll discuss it later in video games, and say things. So you've been reading some more comics?
Yeah, I been trying to keep up on all the comics. I'll talk a little bit more about those when we get down into the comic section. And the other thing I did was I had some time and just like little bits in time here and there. Sometimes as I'm just doing stuff around the house, sometimes as if I'm, traveling to different schools for work. And I'll have be like, well, I finished up my podcast and everything. What else can I listen to? And so I was just listening to some of the free Star Wars content that's on Audible. And some of it was stuff from High Republic, which I didn't know any of the characters. Like I don't even know what's happening. I don't know who any of these people are. Um some of the stuff is like it's like Return of the Jedi in like it's I don't know if it's like a reading of the little golden books. You know how they did the little
Yes,
golden
yes,
books, and they did Star Wars versions of all those, and
yeah.
I know we bought them for my kids, but uh, that's what it felt like because it was like a seven
I
minute
agree.
retelling of
I
Return of the
I
Jedi
I
and
went
stuff.
through those. I went through a
Yeah.
few of those.
and then I was listening to the junior novelization of Book of Boba Fett. I That's where I kind of left off. I'm about, I don't know, a quarter of the way through it, maybe a third of the way. But just because they're there and they're free. So
Mhm.
um some of them are like 5 minutes long. I'm like, what even is that? What did I just listen to?
Yeah,
But
if you zone out for a minute, you've missed it.
I missed the entire thing. But yeah, I mean, you know, um which is silly because I didn't actually go and there's the new Vader one, and I said I was going to listen to that, and I never did. I never I never listened to the actual new book. But anyway, um, although I just read I was reading some of the comments in Audible about the book, you know, and it seems kind of mixed. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, that's just how everything is now.
Well,
But
yeah, the kids are not that listen to it are not going to make comments because they're not supposed to. So it's mainly the adults, teenagers that listen to it and think, oh, they're disappointed. It's not like real Star Wars.
well, I think that's more like people our age.
Yeah,
Whereas
exactly.
let's be honest, it's adult. It's adult children like we are that
Yep.
that are that are consuming this stuff and then deciding that our opinion always needs to be known. No, I not necessarily us. I mean, although we have a podcast. We give our opinions on this stuff all the time. So I guess we're already doing it. Anyway, but yeah, it was just kind of fun just just to listen to all these different things from here, there, and everywhere else on in the Star Wars timeline, and
Hmm.
some of it is just absolutely ridiculously. I don't even know why it exists, but hey,
It's
it
not
was
canon.
fun ways to kill some time in between stuff. So,
Oh, yeah, like 5, 6 minutes each. Sure, why not?
yep, yep. So that's mostly what I've been doing in Star
Eh,
Wars. I oh no, there was one other thing.
oh,
Are you ready for this? I started playing Star Wars Outlaws on the
oh,
Switch
great.
too.
Yes.
Yes. So, and I will just say, I'm only through the beginning part. I, had to escape after the botched, um, robbery of the guy's vault at the beginning of the game.
Hmm.
And now I'm stealing the ship to get off.
Slimo, I think.
Yeah, something like that. And now I'm trying to steal the ship to get off the planet. It's better than I expected because I'm not really into those stealth type games, but with all the updates and everything,
Yeah.
if you get caught, you can try to fight your way out, which is
Yeah, which
what
you couldn't
happens
at
for
the
me
beginning.
almost like all the time. I try to
Yeah.
be stealthy and that lasts for half a second, and then like the little pet thing that you have, I can't remember his name, but the
Nix.
little yeah, Nyx is like I'm trying to sneak up and like Nyx knocks something over. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
dude. And then the person's like, hey, she's back here. And I'm like, oh, come on.
Mhm.
Um, and it's easy for me to get lost. That I think is going to be my problem. I like having like a marker all the time, and like they'll like if you're in between things and you got to get to the next big thing, it seems like there's a marker for you to follow. To figure out where you got to go. But when you're like in the middle of a level or whatever, and you're just trying to, it's like, okay, escape, or find the vault. There's not like a good marker to follow where you're supposed to go. And I'm like, oh, all these rooms look the same, dude. I have no idea where I'm going.
Mhm.
Um, but it'll just take some time. I think it's a game that I'll play over a long period of time. Like
Yeah, well,
not necessarily a game that I'll just like play start to finish and before playing anything else. But
I'm around, I'm still about halfway through,
yeah.
and it's been out over a year.
I is there is there anything to do with the Force in this game at all?
Not
No.
yet. No, I haven't
I was
seen
just
any.
curious because other than the lack of Force stuff, it feels very Star Wars. Like it
It
really
does.
does. They
Yeah.
did a really nice job. Like, the aliens, the locales, everything feels very cohesively Star Wars. And
Hmm.
so I can appreciate that a lot. Um, so yeah, I'll keep putting some time in here and there and um and see where I get.
Excellent.
Yes. All right. Should we jump into the news?
Let's get into the news.
All right.
This news is brought to you by Star Wars Dads. All right. Is Dave Finoli? Is Dave
Finoli.
Filoni about to take the reins of Lucasfilm? I believe so.
That is
Who else? There's
certainly.
not really anybody else.
I mean, Disney could throw a curveball and bring somebody in to an outside person to do it.
And then
Um,
ruin everything. Yeah, and that's not what we want. What we want is Filoni.
yeah, okay. I was gonna say I don't know. A lot of people just want any kind of change at this point. But Filoni, yeah, it looks like according to the newest reports again, right? We've been hearing for a long time that she'd be not retiring, but leaving Lucasfilm to
Yes,
go back into kind of doing her producing things. So, kind of retiring from the company, not retiring from the industry.
that's right.
Um, and that it would happen shortly after the new year. It is in January here now. So we kind of expect that if this has been true, that within the next few weeks this might happen. And Filoni has been talked about for a long time. I don't. The only thing with Filoni is that he has the creative side down, right?
Yeah.
But as far as running a company goes,
Hmm.
and I don't know that that's the thing that has always kind of seemed a little odd to me about when I hear his name for this role. But the reports are saying that he wouldn't be doing it alone.
Yeah,
So it'd kind of be split,
sharing, right?
sharing the job
Yeah.
with this Linwen Brennan. I'm hoping I'm saying her name correctly. And
Sounds
she would,
familiar.
yeah, she's been there for a while. Everything we hear is that she does a really nice job over there at Lucasfilm. And so that she would be running kind of the day-to-day stuff as far as the company goes. And Dave Filoni would really be taking complete reins of all storytelling.
Yeah.
And I would assume this means not just Star Wars, but Indiana Jones, Willow, anything that they own. If there were any kind of story to come out of it, he would be the creative.
Yeah,
Um,
he would delegate who should be doing like if they're going to go back to Willow like you mentioned, you probably delegate a group for that and put his 2 cents in. But I believe I'm with you on that he's going to be doing all the manual stuff and Brennan will be doing all the desk stuff because you
yes,
can't it is difficult to do both very well. So you need to split in half.
right. And I think Dave Filoni is obviously, he studied under George Lucas, so
Hmm.
I mean, I think he really understands Star Wars. So, and I think, there could be a little bit more cohesion. We've talked about that. When it comes to Star Wars storytelling, we really need a little more cohesion, a little better job of really looking at what stories are being told, when they're being told, format they're being told in, and all of that. Um, and I think that what and I think he'd be doing a really nice job with that. But my question for you is, do you think this means that Dave Filoni um, directed movie, Heir to the Empire movie, is now no longer going to be, if that movie comes, it will no longer be Dave Filoni doing it? Because this sounds like a pretty big job, and I don't know. I mean, he's wrapping up Ahsoka season 2, and
Hmm.
does this mean if he is in fact doing this job that that's the end of his directing of things just because he's going to be overseeing all the stories now?
Well, he's not going to be sitting down and like he's not going to. I don't think he's going to sit down and just deal with one thing at a time. He's going to be
Right.
multitasking.
So
And
yeah,
go ahead.
sorry. No, I was just going to say, so that to me tells me he's probably not going to be directing anything anymore in the near future.
Not in near future, but in the far future, I'm sure after everything is put in place, like they like it. and the ball is rolling, maybe he'll sit down and direct a movie.
I think
But
this job's
I,
going to keep him way too busy
I
for
think
that.
you're right. No, as a director, no, but yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that. He's going to
He could
be
produce things and,
that. Yeah, that's where I was going. More of a producer and the ideas guy, and
I mean, he's already kind of been doing a lot of this with um, Star Wars projects, right? Um, TV shows, movies. Well,
yeah,
we haven't had any movies until soon. Soon, we're almost there.
yeah.
Um, but but now though, this job would though put him also overall creative, as far as novels and video games, and not that he'd be developing the story on everything, but I think he'd be overseeing
Hmm.
that any of that
Well,
stuff,
that's
right?
what
Anytime there's
a
Star
boss
Wars
does
story.
usually
Yeah,
is oh, what's the term? Um,
managing.
macro managing and not micromanaging.
Right. Well, the only thing is that I would actually like a little bit more micromanaging done
Well, I'm
over there at
sure.
Lucasfilm,
I
because I
think.
think
Well,
they do need to tighten it up a little bit, and I think that Star Wars by committee, which is what we've been getting in the
yeah.
Disney age, just doesn't feel as cohesive as it did when it kind of when George Lucas, yes, George Lucas was not micromanaging the novels and the comics. Um, but he was aware of them, and I feel like he there were times, my understanding is that he would say no, like, no, you can't tell that story,
Hmm.
if people were like, oh, we're gonna do a Yoda novel or whatever, about a Yoda when he was, in his species, and George would say no, right? Like, that's not something that I want covered. Um, so stuff like that. And I just think that if there's one kind of person at the top who can kind of say no to those things or yes to some things, I just want it a little more tidy.
Yeah, I'm sure
So,
that'll happen. He's going to have like we're talking about, he's going to have the reins, but uh, I believe he's going to do more of macro managing, and then when he's comfortable, he's going to settle in. He's going to start dealing on one thing at a time. The what he wants, like more Ahsoka or Clone Wars revisited or something,
mhm.
or maybe the Day of the Dead Clone Wars version. We don't know.
Uh,
So, but
yeah.
I think at first, of course, it's going to take about a year, year and a half to get settled in, get everything going the way that he and Brendan want. They have to. They've probably been working together for a while now already. So if they're already going to be co-presidents, they can't just show up in the office together the first day and hi, my name is
Hmm.
this. And so I think their link has been established already. So I have nothing but high hopes and low expectations.
Yep. So we'll see. I just think that his days of directing stuff are probably coming to an end, but we'll see. We'll see. However, we do have movies coming out.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking for a future list because you mentioned something about a movie coming. What was it you mentioned with that he's directing? I'm sorry.
oh, well, remember there was when they made those announcements, the last batch of announcements that were made,
Hmm.
he Dave Filoni was said to be directing. Lucasfilm announced it. A movie that was going to be called Heir to the Empire,
Mm.
or that maybe that was the working title, but either
That's
way,
a working title, I think.
it's not it's supposed to be the culmination of the Mando timeline, part of the timeline. So
Hmm.
take all the threads from Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka,
Okay, yeah.
Knights of the New
Okay,
Republic, or
I
whatever
remember
that, or
now.
Rangers of the New Republic, and all of that was supposed to And my understanding from what we've heard, although this was never officially released, was that would be the big battle against
Hmm.
Thrawn, right? And I don't know with this news, I'm not sure when or if we'll see a Dave Filoni version of this. Maybe
Oh,
he
that's
has
it.
somebody else direct it,
The
but
Mandoverse
he oversees
crossover.
it. Yeah. I also though I don't know that Disney is gonna want to be quick to wrap up the Mando portion of the timeline because that is the Star Wars that's hitting the most
I agree.
with fans. So they might not want it to end anytime soon. They might be looking, hey, Mandalorian Grogu does well in the theaters. We're going to continue making Mando and Grogu movies. I don't know. I don't see Ahsoka working necessarily in a theater in its current state, but I don't know.
I
We
think
shall
that
see.
he's going to be. I don't know what I think anymore because it changes. It
Yeah.
goes with.
Yep.
But yeah, we can talk about that later on when we have we're going to be talking about more Mando stuff
Mhm.
in the comments because we have comments, viewer comments, yay! So let's continue. TV and movies. Starfighter has wrapped up principal photography. That's you know what? That sounds great. It just a Star Wars movie, a movie that's finished and it's wrapped up photography. That's two in a row.
Yeah.
Uh,
It means we have two movies we're gonna get.
I
At
know. It's
least
like
two
oh,
movies that actually made it
I'm
through
gonna start
production.
drooling because
Right?
it's not just hot air in the air now. Someone just says, "Oh, we have two movies coming." No, they finish recording and filming, and now, well, that's the principal photography. There's still more to do, but at least the base is done. They're going to
Yeah.
work around that now, and now we're just going to be,
Yes. I'm sure there'll be some pickups they have to do, some reshoots and stuff. I mean, that's normal. But we've got a complete story that's been filmed. That's two now.
yeah.
Um, although I sure would like to see Mandalorian and Grogu get going on the advertising here because that movie's just a few months away. We've seen
There's a,
like nothing. We saw that teaser trailer that was didn't actually show anything about the movie,
I actually forgot it. I don't
and
remember what it is.
and that was it. But anyway, I'd
Do you? Th
imagine we'll see that soon. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a new trailer during the Super Bowl or something like that.
That's in
Um,
February, right?
yep,
That sounds
yep,
about right. Like a
yeah,
30-second spot.
yeah. Um, or longer. Anyway, back to Starfighter though. We got
Yeah.
news that we got a little celebrity help in shooting a lightsaber duel.
Yeah.
So
I I came across this. I don't know if you had seen that before. I
yeah,
posted that. You had?
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw the
that
headlines from it
yeah.
earlier that
I
day, but
I digged a little bit more into it to make sure that it wasn't just hogwash. Or and so yeah, Shawn Levy says that Tom Cruise visited like the Tom Cruise Maverick visited the set and helped shoot a lightsaber duel in Starfighter. Okay, so yeah, we know 100% there's going to be lightsabers,
that's the
but
best. That's the best part of this news right
and
here is that I'm gonna get a lightsaber duel in Starfighter.
but also why is Tom Cruise on set? That's what floored me. Is like, wait a
Is
minute
he
here.
is he of are he and Shawn Levy
I have
connected
no
in some
idea.
way? I wonder
Honestly,
if
I have
they
no idea.
I wonder if
Well,
Tom
what
Cruise has been in a Shawn Levy movie. Maybe Shawn Levy did he do like a Mission Impossible movie? I feel like everybody directed a Mission Impossible movie.
I don't
I
know,
don't know.
but I'm thinking that maybe he's going to be a stormtrooper.
Yeah, like Daniel Craig.
Hmm.
Uh yeah, I don't know. Um could
But
be.
that's fun though. It's fun to know that beforehand and like why why is he holding the camera? It's really out there. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Why not?
Like you said before we were recording that you didn't dig deeper into it because you didn't want any spoilers.
Yeah, I don't
Nor
want
did
any
I. I
spoilers
did
either.
not. I didn't get into it. I didn't want to get into those
Just
weeds
knowing that there's a
because
lightsaber battle is all I need right now until they show me a preview for this movie. Um, yeah.
yeah, I don't think we're going to get any previews before Grogu and Mandalorian movies out.
Yeah, and we don't have a release date for Starfighter yet, do we? I
No.
doubt it won't be till 2027,
Wait.
do
Yes,
we?
they didn't announce it, and we talked about it in the last episode. It's been
Uh
like 4 weeks since we recorded, I think. So,
I'm double checking here.
uh-huh.
Um
May 22nd is
May
Grogu.
oh, I see May 28, 2027. So about a year after Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, I have here December 17th, 2027. And this could be outdated as well.
Oh. Well,
This is from March.
let's
This is from March 14th, 2025, this information. What do you have?
well, mine was Google doing um
Google doing Google.
AI. Google AI. Uh, boy,
Okay, from
everything I'm
December.
seeing is saying May 28. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
thought they wanted
May,
to get
well, wait a
back
minute.
to
The Star Wars release date is announced May 22nd
Wikipedia.
and May 28th, 2027.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So, hmm, yep. Looks like it's May 28, 2027, which could be why we're getting the re-release of the 50th anniversary re-release of New Hope, uh, not in May, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
in February. So
Yeah,
that
because
that could be a leading up to, get people back in, see Star Wars. That was awesome, Let's see some star battle going on, Starfighter, I think that could work. That could be a nice little lead up there. So, yeah.
it says here, according to somebody via Cosmic Marvel, Filoni is gearing up to begin filming his Star Wars movie next year in 2026. This could land in Mandoverse and releasing in 2028. That doesn't make much
That's
sense
no,
now.
no, don't buy that. I don't buy
No,
that. So
no.
I don't believe that at all.
Jedi.
So
Anyways, we shouldn't go too far in the weeds because it's too
you're
far.
just
Let's
gonna get
focus on what we have right
that's right.
now. We
That's right.
have two movies in almost in the can.
Yep.
One's in the can and one is not. All
We're
right.
gonna get that means we're gonna get Darth Maul cartoon, uh Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and Ahsoka season 2 this year.
When is
2026 could be a good year.
you really think Ahsoka's coming out this
Yeah.
year?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably closer to the end of the year.
Yeah, end of the year. Yeah, it won't be until probably a holiday.
Hmm.
I suppose there's a possibility it slips into next January, but I think they'll want to have it in on Disney Plus for the holiday season, like a lot of the shows land.
Marvel
So
is Marvel. Mall is when.
Mall, I don't know if we have a date for Mall, but I think it's rumored to be that's rumored to be February or March. So
Mm, okay, I'm looking fast, but I don't see anything
yeah, I don't think
fast
there's been
enough.
anything official. So also because the reason I think Ahsoka's coming out this year too is that there's a Disney Plus. If you're on Disney Plus, there's like a banner that says coming in 2026 and Ahsoka's listed.
Yeah,
Ahsoka season
yeah,
2.
yeah, that's
So I
true.
think they're pretty sure. I
That's
mean,
true.
not that that couldn't change, right? But if they're gonna put that underneath that banner, I think that hopefully that's a good sign that it is coming. We know it's done shooting and everything, so um, and they'll have had a year to really do post production by then. So, no, I think that's pretty certain.
Oh, you're referring to Ahsoka.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Um, Darth Maul, Shadow Lord. Yeah, 2026. Um, Where do you think in the timeline that is?
Well, it'd have to be post Clone Wars, but before Rebels,
Before he got
because he dies in Rebels. Spoiler alert. So he it's got to be in between there. Unless
okay.
somebody's pulling him out of the world between worlds, but I don't think they're going to go for that route
It's,
here. So I think it's going to be end of Clone Wars, beginning of I'm thinking it's going to be right around the rise of the Empire, set
okay.
during that time. We know
And
he's a crime lord. We're going to see it's got to be before the Solo movie or around the time of the Solo movie. It could be
that's what I was wanted to think about. Well, I wanted to mention. I've been thinking about that for a little while, where the timeline. So that sounds like a fun area. It's like it's an area that hasn't been really discussed.
right.
Like just before we see him in the Solo movie, he's what was it with Crimson Dawn?
Yeah.
With Crimson Dawn, yeah. So, but we saw, yeah, is in Rebels we see him in Crimson Dawn, and so before that, yeah, that'll be
But
fun. Go ahead.
never mind. I was just trying to figure out something with him, and I was like, oh, but there's that. There isn't there a reference in there's some comics that they're referencing Crimson Dawn, and he's a part of it, or maybe he's not a part. I don't remember now. Anyway, there's so much. There's so
There,
much out there.
yeah,
It's
because
hard to say.
then would we see Kira, him training Kira at the end, like we see
Yeah.
at the end of Solo?
I have a feeling this
Will
is. I
that
have
be
a
mixed
feeling
in?
that I have a feeling this is going to be before Solo, a
Hmm.
little bit before Solo, so they won't have to necessarily connect it unless they want to towards the end connect it. I don't know. Who knows? But then yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, we know it's said during that time,
Yeah.
and this actually does lead into comic books because there is going to be a new mall comic book coming out that leads up to the animated series. So it's a prequel. That's coming out in March. So maybe if the prequel is coming out then, a comic, I'm guessing that means that the cartoon won't be until March or April, most likely.
You think it'll
I,
coincide?
I mean they could. Um I don't know that unless they want like the entire book. I don't even know how many. I'm not even sure how many comics are in it. If it's just if it, it's a limited series, but I don't know how many issues. Regardless, though, um, that is coming out. It'll be something I'll read, but I'll have to read it later because I'll read it on the Marvel Unlimited app. So, but I'm looking forward to that. I do, I do enjoy some good Darth Maul stories. So,
That's my wife's favorite character.
yeah.
Yeah. In the current
And
state of Star Wars comics, tell us more
yeah,
about this.
so I was just gonna
I'm
just a
getting
little bit
worried
because
just by reading that.
well, I it's not really like anything major. I don't even know why I worded it that way. But so I've been
Clickbait.
reading yeah, yes. I have been reading through a lot of the comics um as they're coming out on Marvel Unlimited. So I'm definitely behind what's currently available. So if I say something and people watching that are keeping up, you know, might be like, well, that's not true at all. I'm just what I've read so far, guys. So um I have to say the ongoing Star Wars monthly um is fun but confusing. I don't know if it's because I haven't like if they're bringing in characters and alien species that were introduced in the comics earlier in the comics because I just picked up at the end of the Return of the Jedi, right? So it's supposed to take place right after Return of the Jedi. That's where I picked up on the comics again. And because I had just fallen way behind them a long time ago. One of these days, maybe I'll catch back up and do all of them from New Hope on. But um, they're constantly talking about these planets and these species like I should know them,
Hmm.
but they're not in any movies or anything. So I never know what they're talking about. I'm so confused. Um, all I know is the main characters, right? And a few of the supporting characters. Um, so it's a little confusing. But I'm still liking where it's going. Um, except for there's not enough Chewbacca. I don't know where the heck Chewbacca ever is. I think they mentioned that he was on Kashyyyk. Okay, but it's like, come on, where are you, Chewie? Where are you? Um,
He's hard to miss.
exactly. So the Jedi Knights one, that's like the prequel to Episode One. Um, I was confused for the longest time, and I talked about it here before because I thought it was supposed to be an ongoing series, but then every issue didn't seem like it tied into any of the other issues. Um, there was like somebody tried to assassinate um Qui-Gon in like the first one, and then they never really talked about that. And sometimes it'd be on this planet with these two Jedi, and another time and there was like no coordination.
Hmm.
But now in the current one, we're on like part three of like a continuing adventure where somebody has tried to kill Qui-Gon again, and they're having to find this antidote for this poison. Um, so it's starting to maybe come together a little bit, but I'm still not sure how some of the other stuff goes. It along with the regular Star Wars ongoing are the ones that I feel like are the most jumpy, where they just like you're reading about something happening and Luke's like, you know, Luke would be like, "Oh, I wonder if this is how my father felt, going battling against these droids." And then like the next panel you're like Han is like surrounded and Luke and like all the other people that were part of the band just walk up to him and everything's solved. I'm like, what happened? How
Oh,
did Luke
okay.
meet up with those people? It just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I could go for a little more long form storytelling, I guess, in my comics. Like modern comics just aren't built that way though. Um,
No, I
they're
believe
much more about
they're to retain
flashy and
the
quick.
exactly.
Yeah. Um, so I complain about novels for being a little too in the weeds and
Oh
my
boy.
comics from not being enough in the weeds. So I don't know, maybe I'm just not satisfied. Legacy of Vader. I've been enjoying the Legacy of Vader one. Um, if you want your Ben Solo movie, just read Legacy of Vader instead. Even though it has nothing to do with, I mean, he's not Ben Solo and he's not being redeemed here. This is where he is trying to force himself into his father or his grandfather's footsteps to be evil, right? Like he's really trying to go into that dark side. It does a little bit of that jumpiness sometimes, but when it does, it's usually between issues. So you're like, oh, I
Jumpiness,
guess
what do you mean?
where I was saying where you're like one panel, this is happening, and
Okay.
like another panel, all of a sudden
Oh, okay,
something's
okay,
been
okay.
resolved, and you're like, I missed something. But here it seems to not happen so much in each issue. Any jumping kind of happens like between issues. So and you're just like, oh, okay, well, I guess we finished that up, that battle, and now we're on this, Um,
Well, that
but
would
it's
bother me. I would want to know what happened. Like I would want to see. That's the
yeah,
problem. You can't stretch these stories out too long on these comics.
right. Um, the current where I'm at now in the Legacy of Vader is kind of exploring a little bit more with the Knights of Ren. So the Knights of Ren have a new leader, and come for they've come for Ben, good old Ben Solo here. Um,
I know that one.
you know that one?
No, okay. I know the story when
This
he
is newer.
started.
Yeah, 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 yeah. This is it kind of builds on that. So they kind of reference
Hmm.
that comic that I've never read, but I remember you telling me about. They kind of make reference of it a little bit.
Hmm.
Um anyway, the other two though, these are the two other ones that I've been reading. These are the ones I kind of wanted to talk about that they're just temporary. They're just limited series. So they're not ongoing. The first one is Han Solo, and this is like Search for the Falcon. This takes place when Ben Solo is with Luke on, training, right? And so he's not really around, and um Han is like, I'm sick of being around here. I gotta get away. I gotta go back to my roots. Let's go, Chewie. We're gonna go find the Falcon. Um, and so that's where we're at. There's only been one issue so far.
Hmm.
I'm not sure I'm gonna like this series though. This feels like the beginning of Han wanting to be a deadbeat dad, leaving Leia
Wanting to
and
be.
wanting to go back to being a smuggler or whatever. It I just don't like it. I feel like it's a regression of characters that I
Hmm.
don't like in the sequel trilogy. Yes, things happen, blah blah blah. I get it. You can come at me all you want. It's just not something I like. I don't like when my characters go in reverse. Um but I'm gonna still read it. We'll see. And the last one is my favorite of this bunch, Boba Fett.
Hmm.
And the entire comic is almost entirely black and white.
Really?
Yep. And red. So there's some red coloring, but other than that, it's just black and white. The artwork is chef's kiss.
Okay.
It is mini stories. So some story, one of the stories I think is only like a page or two long. Some are the other one, and again, only one issue has come out so far on Marvel Unlimited. Um, One was like I think half the comic or something was one. But it's just Boba Fett being a bounty hunter. And
That's what
it's
people want.
actually I just exactly. And it's really well written so far. And like I said, the artwork is just beautiful.
So, the chef with four arms there, Dex, kiss, four
Yes, yeah.
kisses.
Dexter just Jetster, what was his name?
Jester Dexter.
Something like
Dex. I
that.
don't know,
Anyway,
Dex. Yeah.
yeah, Dex's Diner, Chef's Kiss, beautiful. So that's kind of the state of the comics I've been reading, which I think is a majority of them. So, uh, but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on what we've got right now. And I mean, like I said, keeping me entertained enough to keep reading.
Great.
Yeah.
I do miss it a little bit, but not that much because when I had it, I didn't really get into it. And then when I don't have it is when I want it. Sounds familiar. All right, let's continue. Video games. We have quite a bit to talk about in video games. Star Wars video
Yes, we do.
games. Besides you yeah, starting up on Star Wars Outlaws, how is it for you and how do you play Star Wars Outlaws? Is it handheld? We forgot to mention at
So
the beginning
far,
of
oh
the
yeah,
episode that the episode that you've been playing with the Nintendo Switch 2.
yes. So
Well,
I'm
not
playing
as
on the
well,
Switch
but
too.
number two.
It's playing really well. I've not played handheld. I've only played docked mode.
Hmm.
It looks nice. I'm sure it doesn't quite have the same fidelity it would on like PlayStation 5 or Xbox,
Well, we're not
but
expecting it.
exactly. But I'm more interested in, does it look nice, which it does, and does it play well, which it
Hmm.
does. There's very little loading time uh, when you're in the game. Everything just seems to really, so far. Again, I'm still, only a little ways in, but I've been very impressed with how it plays and feels. So yeah, I think they did a great job, and I'm hoping this means we can get more things like the Jedi games coming to Switch too as well. Because I think the Switch can handle it. Switch 2 can
Yeah, I
handle it.
think they'll be coming up and well, at least the first one will be coming this year. I'm pretty sure.
We'll see. I'm hoping that's the rumor.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
but Outlaws though is not just going to be on PlayStation. It's not just going to be on Switch 2. Well, I guess it already is on Xbox, but
hmm,
if you subscribe to Game Pass, um, which I know a lot of people no longer do when they raise their prices, but if you still do,
hmm.
and you haven't played Star Wars Outlaws, guess what? It's coming to Game Pass on January 13.
Yeah, January
So probably
13th.
about the time you hear this episode, it'll be there.
What are we?
So
Oh, we're the 11th
we're
today,
the 11th.
so
Yeah.
most likely
Yep. So
he's
go check it
probably
out.
he probably showed up and left.
Yeah. If you subscribe, then there's no reason not to check it out if you haven't already,
Oh,
right?
that yeah, that's right. Well, for a while it was a free trial, and but now it's going to be free
Yeah.
with the
Well,
paid
free
service.
free with purchase of the service, which is not cheap anymore. But yes. So that you can check it out there.
Before we go into the huge news, video game news, I'll mention a little bit about my Extra Life. I had an Extra Life stream to just a little bit of a push at the end of, well, in December,
Hmm.
mid-December. Yeah, it's about that. To raise a little bit more money for my Extra Life campaign. And oh, wow, did it go through well. So I
Yes, it
ended
did.
up just before the stroke of midnight, got over $1,000 American, and that was fantastic. And in about three weeks, and imagine what I can do in 1 year now if I
That's
put my
right.
head
It's true.
together. Well, I'm going to be starting that for starting soon. But my stream was playing video games, and well, for Extra Life is usually is video game oriented, and mainly Star Wars games. So I don't have that list, and I wasn't prepared to talk about it. But yes, I played Star Wars Racer because we're going to
Hmm.
talk about it. It's an announcement. No, I did I play that? I see. I don't remember now. But anyhow, I played.
Yeah,
Yes, I did.
I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember you playing that.
yeah.
Because
Star
at
Wars
first I thought
Racer.
it was just the
Mhm.
original, like I did for the 64, but I like, oh, these graphics look a little more up to date than that.
Yeah, it was a PS5 version. Well, PS5 or PS4.
Oh, so was it Galactic Racers or was it the pod racing that you played?
Pod Racing.
Pod Racer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a different
That's
game
it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to look fast here. Yeah, I played that. Well,
because
actually, I
there
can.
is because there was a second game that
Hmm.
came out on PS4, was it?
I'm
I don't
trying to.
remember.
I'm looking at
There
my
was
list
one,
here.
and the only reason why I'm thinking about it is because that game currently is being bought like crazy on the uh retro market.
Yeah, Revenge. That was Revenge.
That's
That's
Revenge. Okay.
Revenge. I didn't play it. I didn't play
Maybe you
that
just
one.
played the Pod Racer one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, um and that one is just as a little aside here is you can't buy it for less than a few $100s now
Oh no.
online because apparently the physical version of that racing game is used as an exploit to jailbreak your PS5 and yeah. Yep. So good luck if you have that. You could probably sell it for lots of money. We
Yeah,
do not endorse jailbreaking your products though.
okay, yeah, it was Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. That's what it was.
Okay.
That's what I played.
Yep.
That's I
Yep.
started off with that. Then I played what did I play after? I don't remember.
You played, I'm trying to remember too. Oh, you played a bunch of Force Unleashed, didn't
Ah,
you?
that's it. Force Unleashed,
You
the
did some
first
Force
one,
Unleashed like
and
I did.
then
You
we
did
had
some Jedi Battle,
yeah, that's it.
Episode 1 battle, and you did about the same as I did when we played it on stream.
Oh,
That
I
game
was.
is clunky. It's fun, but it is clunky as all get out.
Oh yeah, the frustrating part with that was like having to restart
Yeah,
from the beginning
every
of the
time
level.
you're on that conveyor belt, and every time it looked like you could make a jump, you'd fall right off and like off the side and be like, nope, start over.
Yeah, I was pretty close to rage quitting that one. I was getting really frustrated, and I realized, no, well, you know what? I'm live right now. This is for charity, so I'll let
You
people watch me get frustrated and flustered.
and then I think you ended your time with playing Outlaws.
Outlaws, yeah.
Um, but you did not play uh KOTOR.
No, because I was waiting for Chris HL94 to actually make a
But then he
donation.
did.
He did. So now
And then he
I'm going
hung
to be.
around watching to see if you were going to play KOTOR.
Well, I had to buy it first. I have to
I
purchase it, and
thought
then
you already had it.
no,
Oh.
no. I don't have that.
Oh.
I probably do. No, I used to have it on iOS, and I tried that, and it was very clunky. And I didn't like it, so I got my refund on that. That was many years ago. Well, when it first came out on iOS, I think like maybe 10 years ago.
I forgot that it was on iOS. Yeah,
It
that was
still is, I
I
think,
think I
but
bought it on iOS too. And so
yeah,
man,
like
I've bought in that
$14.
game a lot. I bought it on the original PC when it first came out on PC. I bought it on iOS. I bought it on Steam, and I bought it on Switch. So I have bought KOTOR 4 times.
Oh
Wow.
boy. You bought it on Switch, I guess digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting a little bit to see if it's going to be on special anytime soon. But I did promise, I did say that if he would, if I made a mark, if in a few episodes of, I think, was it the last one? I think it was our last episode, episode 29, or sorry, episode 27, that I did mention and promised that if I did a cap or reach an amount that I would play that in the entirety of the game, and so I did, and I went above and beyond. But I was still waiting for him and he did nicely and give a nice donation. So yes, I did, and I vow to do that. I will buy the game as soon as I can afford it, and then I will play Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes.
Speaking of Knights of the Old Republic,
In
you
Star
know,
Wars Racer, right?
well, yeah, both those racing games, but yeah, we'll leave the Old Republic to the next one. Galactic Racers coming in 2026, and that looked fun. This I was watching this show live. That was from
Game Awards.
yes, the Game Awards.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, we didn't talk about that in our news, but you know what? Everything here today is news because we haven't been talking about for much. So
Well,
yes,
I figure news is divided out. I just kind of divide it up in the different categories. But yeah.
yeah. So yes, I was watching it live, and I was watching the beginning of this, like their trailer, world premiere trailer, and I said, ah, that looks like Star Wars, but it's not Star Wars. And one of my kids was saying, "No, that's Star Wars. That's Star Wars." I'm thinking, nah, there's not going to be a second Star Wars game announced here. Are you crazy? And yes, it was. After you start hearing some voices in the background, and then yeah, wow, they're going back to Jakku. So
I think we're going to go to a lot of different planets. I don't think it's just back to Jakku, but
yeah, I'm looking at the images. They look awesome.
this looks like this is a brand new racer game.
Oh
I'm guessing
yeah.
it's probably more than just pod racers. I think we're getting a lot of
No,
different
I
kinds of
there's
ships and stuff like that
on
pretty
the
soon.
website. Yeah, on the website, Star Wars Galactic Racer website, there's images of chasing on Jakku, racing through Star Destroyer graveyard on Jakku, and a land speeder and skim speeder fight for position on Ando Prime, which is a winter.
Hmm.
It's an ice and snow planet. It looks beautiful.
So right
Uh,
outside my house.
yeah, me too. Shades, yeah, a land
So
speeder again in the snow.
who's
And
who's the developer on that one?
it says here, um, oh, I had it here.
I'm just trying to remember.
New Republic struggles. Oh, there's some more information here. I lost it.
Oh, I was
Here, learn
curious.
more.
It's not EA, is it? But it could be one of
No,
their,
no,
unless it's
no.
one of their developers that they own.
It's one that we knew, but oh, here we go. Fuse, secret
Fuse.
mode.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Fuse games in
Yeah.
secret mode. Yeah, I've looked online about them right after the announcement, and I couldn't find any information about these two groups.
Hmm.
So to me, they're new. I'm not
Well,
familiar.
the other one that we'll talk about in a minute is a brand new company.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Fuse. I think I'm pretty sure they've done other stuff. This isn't a first project for them. They sound really familiar to me, but I'd have to look into it more to know. But it doesn't really matter as far as
No,
this goes. But it looks good. Right now we know it's coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, I believe, via Steam. Unfortunately, we have no idea if it's coming to Switch 2.
Epic Game
Um,
Store as well.
yes, an Epic Game Store. I'm hoping this comes to Switch 2. Um, because this looks like a game that would be a lot of fun in handheld and to be able to take on the go.
Yeah.
But either way, I will be one who I'll pick it up and look forward to doing it. I can't say I could put hours and hours and hours into racing games of any kind, but it's
No,
Star
well,
Wars, so I'm still gonna definitely
well, yeah, you say that
still
now.
gonna play
You're
that.
saying that now, but come the release, it'll oh, does it say again when it's no, it didn't no, there's no
No,
date on this one yet, but
no,
it
it's
should
just
be out.
2026.
It's 2026.
Yeah,
So we're gonna get a lot in 2026
yeah,
here.
yep. Um, but it was the next game. It was the other game that was announced. And this is the one you had alluded to on our last episode, where you had heard some
Yeah.
leaks about this, and I was like, really? Are you sure it's not just are we getting more information about the remake of KOTOR? But no, this is a brand new game, in fact, Fate of the Old Republic.
Fate of the no Old Republic. Yeah. So now it's four what's it called? For not Four. It's yeah,
KOTOR,
Four.
yeah,
So
KOTOR. Um, they showed all they showed was a teaser, you know, little
it's a
video,
wonderful teaser.
but it looked amazing, looked beautiful,
Yeah.
and I this is the game that makes me sit right up and go, okay, now we're
Oh
talking.
yeah, my jaw dropped like on
Um,
the floor like three times.
developed
Ooh,
by one of the original creators of KOTOR,
hmm.
right, in his new company. Um, and we have that amount of information. We don't know anything else. We don't know. We do know that it's not a sequel to the KOTOR games, but it
No,
is very much in the same spirit of the two KOTOR games.
there's no
So I don't
website
know if
yet.
that means that it's just because it's different plot points, or if they're just kind of saying, okay, KOTOR is now a Legends thing, and this is like a new thing that's canon during this time period. Um, as long as there's a bunch of Sith and a bunch of Jedi, I am going to be the happiest Star Wars fan in the world.
It says here, the fate
Um,
of the galaxy is in your hands in a narrative narrative-driven action RPG where you step into a role of a Force user on a journey through the galaxy on the edge of rebirth. So this is, of course, everything. This is a storyline after blending I'm sorry, innovative, in
Intuitive
innovative,
or innovative? Okay.
innovative storytelling. Okay, blending innovative storytelling. Okay, what is innovative storytelling? I was wondering what that was before. Memorable characters and heart-pounding combat. Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic immerses you in an unforgettable experience where decision deepens your journey towards the light or darkness.
All right. So definitely sounds like you can go dark side or light side, just like the previous KOTOR games. Um, and when is it coming out? We
I'm
have
going
no
to say
idea.
2026.
Yeah, right. This game is not
No,
coming
no,
out this year. This game is
no,
not coming out next year.
no.
There were
This
some
decade?
initial
No.
reports. There were some initial reports that said we were looking at 2030 at the
Yeah.
earliest. Now the since then, the head of the studio has come out and said, no, 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 no. This might be a new company with, and this might be our first project, but that doesn't mean we have not already been kind of working before it was announced.
Hmm.
It's not, and he said he wouldn't give any kind of indication when it would come out, but he said it will definitely be this century. Or
Hmm.
this, not century, sorry. This,
Century.
hopefully this century. I meant to say this decade.
This, yeah, before he
We'll
promises before 2030.
see.
Yeah.
I don't know. This might come out on PlayStation 6 for all we know. Um, no clue when it'll come out, but I will this would be a system seller for me. If this comes out on a system I do not have in the future,
Hmm.
I would probably buy the system for this game because
Yeah.
this or PC or whatever. This is exciting to me. This is the ultimate. Like if you could said, all right, Spidershan, design your own Star Wars game. This is what it's going to be. So,
Yeah, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, from what I had mentioned and what you alluded to earlier on is what I had brought to the table last episode is that there was rumors, and well, not, it's always rumors until it's properly announced. So it had of the Old Republic in the title, but it never in that rumor that I had followed up on. But it never said fate or it never said anything. But it was the Old Republic.
mhm.
So that's the only thing that we knew, and there we go. It was fate of the Old
Yep.
Republic. What happened with the Old Republic? So it most likely it'll come out after Star Wars Eclipse because we still are not 100% sure when that's going to come out. And that's kind of still up in the air, but the company had come forth and said, well, I think the CEO and come forth said, no, no, it's still happening. Don't worry. We're all good here. How are you? And so we're still waiting for that, more information on that. And oh, another one, that's it. Isn't it Star Wars Zero Company is supposed to come out this year? I'm trying to gather some info here, but no, on the website it doesn't have any dates. But I thought there
No,
was.
I never heard a date.
No, eh?
I think the only date we have besides the Star Wars Racer this year, the only other Star Wars date we have for this year is that Tactics, Clone Wars Tactics, that I can never remember the name of that I'm interested in. So,
The one I'm just mentioned right now. Zero Company. That's a
sure.
tactics one.
Oh, that's the Tactics one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Star Wars
See, I
Zero
never can
Company.
remember it because there's that other, there's all. there's two other games we
Ah,
know about.
yeah.
We know they're making the third Jedi game, and we know that there's like another like uh action adventure type game that is supposedly being made that we still haven't gotten a date on or anything like that.
This
So
is the
I don't know. I
EA
always get
movie.
confused.
The EA movie. This is the EA game you're referring to. It's Zero Company. It
That's Zero
says here
Company.
coming 2026.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna have this as well. So gosh, we're gonna be just rolling around in it, aren't we, this year? An RP, not RPG. It's what did you say it was?
Tactics.
A
Tactics
tactics
game.
Star
Yeah.
Wars game. That's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Galactic Racer. We're gonna have a brand new movie and a new a cartoon show, Darth
Gonna have a
Maul.
new TV show.
Oh yeah. We're just going to be rolling it this year. Yay! Lots of content.
That's right. That's right. So
Anything else on video games you want to talk about?
I don't think so. That kind of summarizes my thoughts on everything.
Hmm. So, do you have any highlights for 2025?
Yeah. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about like what was what was uh what was your favorite Star Wars thing really in 2025? We don't have to go into in depth
Star Wars
or
dads.
anything, but like right. Uh and what's one thing that you're probably most looking forward to in 2026 or a couple things maybe because it'd be hard to choose there. Um my highlight for Star Wars in 2025, if you can kind of count it, because I think it started in 2024. Um, but Skeleton Crew, I think, was probably my highlight. That started before I think that might have started in 2024 and ended in 2025. I'm trying to remember now. Hopefully it counts.
Yeah.
Uh, that was probably my highlight as far as the most fun I had with Star Wars. Um, although I do have to say, right there with it though, is the last probably the last 2 to 3 episodes of Andor. Um, were probably my highlights for 2025. More than any of the novels that I listened to, more than any of the comics I read. Um, I think those were probably my highlights for 2025. What about you?
Um, for Star Wars content, yeah. I really enjoyed Andor. Andor, I still talk about it with my wife. Um, Especially the finale. Actually, we watched a movie. Was it a show recently or a movie? And Andor's girlfriend from the show, she was in it.
Bix? Is it
Yeah,
Bix?
Bix was in well, the actress was in a movie
Is
or a
it
show
Bix?
recently.
Is it
No,
Bix?
that's not
No,
Bix.
Bix is the little pet
No,
thing you have in Outlaws. What was
no,
it though? It was
that's
something
okay. That's
similar.
Nyx.
That's Nick. I can't
Nyx.
remember this. Wasn't her
Yeah,
name
you're
something like
is
Bix? Maybe it
Bix.
was
Yeah, it's
Bix.
Bix.
Okay. All right. All right.
But anyhow, yeah, the actress was in another show or a movie. I don't remember now. And I said to my wife, "Hey, isn't that her from Andor?" She says, "Yes, that is." And but we still, once in a while, we'll still make a reference to Andor and from a video that will pop up on a short or something talking about how deep in the show is. People are still talking about that show, not necessarily because it was like a Star Wars, that it was a Star Wars looking show, but it was with grit. But yeah, that one, that finale and all, it really stuck to me.
Even the
Yeah.
dancing
Oh yes, the dancing and
at
what's
the
it called?
wedding.
Yeah, I just had the name here. Oh, the Niamos Club. And yeah, Skeleton Crew, that was a fun ride.
Hmm.
and we talked a lot about that. And I still make references to that, especially when I can't say I know anything about Atten, or I'll make a reference to that, like oh, I can't say I know anything about this, or on purpose. But I enjoyed a lot the Tales of the Underworld.
See, that
Um,
was yeah, I was a little disappointed about that one. But
yeah,
it wasn't bad. It wasn't like
no,
it was bad. Just yeah.
that we had some. I enjoyed having more info on Cad Bane, on how he became the Cad Bane that we know.
Hmm.
Besides that,
We had Lego Star Wars. Did you ever get around to watching
no,
Lego Star Wars?
no, I
Rebuild
haven't.
the Galaxy?
No, I
Okay.
haven't. I actually maybe the first episode, but I didn't get the rest.
Ah.
Um,
And then we got Visions season 3, which I didn't get back to. Like I
no, I
was
haven't started
gonna
it.
try.
I think I
I
have to
started
finish
it,
number
remember, but
two.
I didn't. Yeah.
I have to
So
finish number two first, I guess. I don't know if it follows through, but
it doesn't.
no. Um, oh wait. Oh, that's true. I wanted to go see Revenge of the Sith, but I didn't make it. I couldn't make it. Both
Yeah.
times
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
reserved tickets two times, and there was other things that were scheduled to do that conflicted.
Yeah.
Starfighter that's coming soon, and yeah. So mainly, I'm looking forward. The biggest thing for me in 2025 is more episodes that we've made more episodes of Star Wars Dads, and we're having more fun with it. I enjoyed it a lot podcasting with you, and I look forward to podcasting more with you, making more content in 2026.
Yes.
And we're going to have loads of it next we are in 2026. And so we are going to be talking nonstop about it. So while I'm talking about that right now, like I mentioned in December, I guess last month, that will in the coming, and we're going to take a little break until the end of February, and I'm going to regroup everything. We're going to regroup, and then we're going to redo the whole season again. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're going to split the shows up, and instead of having one 2 hour episode or an hour and a half, we're going to have 30-minute capsules. It's going to
Yes.
be easier on our
Hopefully once a week is going to be our
exactly.
goal. And so one week we might talk about, the news,
Yeah,
something that's been kind of done, and then the next one might be a little more of a discussion
we can get more in depth in one
about
thing
things. Yeah.
and not forget anything, and and it is easier to take and digest. If somebody's listening to half an episode of an hour and a half and forget to come back. Oh well, I understand that. I've done that too with some podcasts. So you know what? Let's just split them all up. Especially with the news, it's sometimes like the news that came out 4 weeks ago. I completely forgot about it, and it's not news anymore. There's so much that goes on, and sometimes within 2 weeks if we do an episode 2 weeks, um, the news 2 weeks ago was already old. So
Yeah.
it's difficult for us to get online to do the news. So
Well, and with so much new content that's supposed to be coming out this
yeah,
year, um, we're hopeful that shorter but more frequent episodes will be helpful for us to cover everything we want to talk about. Easier for anybody listening or watching to digest and fit into their time. And I mean, we just want to talk more Star Wars, right? I think
we're
that's
going
what
to
it
talk
comes
more
down to.
more Star Wars. We're going to play more Star Wars. We're going to watch Star Wars, and not only that, but like that, we'll be able to connect more. We'll probably do more live episodes. Well, more live episodes. We haven't done any live episodes, but that's the plan. Especially the news, our news capsules. We're probably going to do those live because it's going to be easier.
Yeah. And
easy.
hopefully
And
maybe get some other people on to talk Star Wars with
yes,
us too.
yes, it'll be easier that way as well because if we do a full episode, it we already do an hour and a half or more. So with a third person talking about
Hmm.
Star Wars, we're going to be like almost 4 hours.
Right.
So we're going to have split it all up. We might have one for games every couple of weeks. We're going to have one for comics and audiobooks or books. Yeah, everything will be all have its section.
Yes. And with anytime their new Star Wars game comes out, hopefully you'll see us doing some streaming of those as well. I'd
Oh,
like to
definitely.
we'd
It'll
like
be
to
you or
do
I
more of that. Yep. Yep. So
or both together,
that's right.
hopefully.
That would be great. So lots to look forward to in 2026. So stay with us after our break for sure. But we're not done yet today on this episode. We still got a couple
No.
comments to talk about.
Yeah, we have questions and comments, but we don't have any questions. We have comments. There's
Or
one that I had
comments.
missed. I had missed our last episode. I had repeated one from Carl Topping that I pulled up quickly at the end of the episode, but I pulled up the wrong comment. He had left a comment on um, where is it? I have a there we go. Spotify comments. Sorry, Carl. I goofed on that one. Yes, regarding Star Wars Episode 11, Star Wars as Episode 11. We were talking about Rogue One. He says Rogue One was a great movie on its own, but that Vader scene is the best scene in Star Wars. The Skywalker reveal in The Mandalorian is a close second. I agree with you about the Rogue One with Vader scene at the end. It is fantastic. It still lights the darkness. And Skywalker reveal in The Mandalorian. I agree. I
That
agree.
was such a
It's
fun reveal
yeah,
too. Yeah, for sure.
because the build up, both of them had that fantastic build up. Who is it? Who is that? What is that? And so I agree. And they're both Skywalkers, really.
Yep. Yeah.
And he also mentions this is like 4 weeks ago, these messages. So he also says on Spotify, this is our first two messages on Spotify. Thank you, Carl. Regarding Star Wars Dad's episode 26, he gives us a happy face cowboy hat and a thumbs up. Cheers.
I like to think that that cowboy hat is Dave Filoni. The
That's
cowboy
possible. I would
hat.
have to
That's
go
right.
backtrack on what we were talking
So
about.
Carl might just actually be Dave Filoni. Uh, just, a
No,
secret
trust me,
identity.
Carl is not Dave Filoni.
Well, thank you,
Um,
Carl.
yeah, I'll continue. I found, oh, yes, speaking of, I forgot to mention when we were talking about not Star Wars Gal Fate of the Old Republic. I had right after, actually during the live stream, I was watching. I thought, you know what, I'm going to just go right now and do it. I just stepped away from the TV and my family and got into the office and I did a little what do you call it? A little short. What do you call those shorts that you my
Yeah,
brain is
just
just
it's just YouTube short.
well oh a reaction short. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a reaction short and from Fate of the Old Republic and blew my mind whatever and my thoughts at that moment. And yeah, that that kind of blew up that video. I have over like close to 2,000 views on that. It's only like 7 seconds, but still, that's what those are for.
Yep.
And I have some comments from that. Actually, a few of them. A comment from yeah regarding from my photor. See, my brain is just like going downhill right now. Um, Transu Ruin 78 says, "Wow, there are still male Star Wars fans." Yes, there are.
I don't get that
I don't
comment.
get it
Sorry.
either, but
I don't
somebody
know if that's supposed to be sarcastic.
I think it's sarcastic. Um, Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Josh PIP5HH says it's not even that, it's the fact that they put a character in it that is even canon material, and the OG material isn't even considered canon anymore. Literally, all of they, literally all they had to do is let us make our own character, wouldn't have matured that sex you chose. So the people are fighting already online regards their comments. So it's funny. Um,
Well, just a second. So first of all, Josh, thank you for leaving a comment.
yeah.
It I you might want to look into a little bit of punctuation to help make your comment a little easier to digest because I'm not I think is he upset by the fact that I mean this is like a few seconds of a teaser. This isn't we don't know anything about this game or about the characters that you get to choose. Just because they
Hmm.
showed a female
Yeah.
doesn't mean that we don't
We don't
I
even
don't
know
know.
anything. No, we
We don't know
all that
anything.
it was just the
So,
story. It's just
yeah.
the main. It's like a teaser trailer, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that it's going to be we're going to be a female Jedi going all around, or maybe you
And
can
it
choose. I don't
doesn't really
know.
matter anyway.
No, it
Anyway.
doesn't matter. Um, okay, I have to reread these before I read them in case. Leave Livan Prose says it looks like it might be the events that transpire before Knights. That does kind of look like Bastilla. Is that
Hmm,
right? Bastilla or
I
Bastilla?
think Bastila.
Bastilla, but it's only an initial theory. I'm not familiar with Bastilla. Can you give me some more information?
So
What's your?
in the first game, she is a Jedi that you are right at the beginning of the first game, you are on a ship, and she is the Jedi that's on the ship, and you need to try to figure out what happened to her. And then she ends up um, being one of your party members for the game. And if
Hmm.
you're a male, if you create a male character, she could be your love interest. You can choose to have her be your love interest. So, but so she's one of the main characters of the game. I think this is interesting. I guess I can kind of see that it would look like a modernized version of her in here. Um, but I'm not 100% sure. Like they said, these don't really have the same events. So it could be a reimagining
Hmm.
of the series and they could be pulling in a character. It's possible. But I don't hate the theory. That's interesting that it could be before when everybody, all most of the speculation I was seeing was that it takes place afterwards. I have a feeling it's not going to reference any of the stuff from the original two games, and they're going to
Hmm.
act like those games didn't happen, that they're more legends,
Hmm.
and that this is going to be the start. I know we're supposed to be getting a remake of them, of the first one anyway. But I have a feeling this is going to be a brand new thing, just set
Hmm.
during that time period. And I'm here for that.
I want
Whatever
to
they want
make
to
a
do.
correction. I mispronounced the first comment's name as Tarn's Ruin. No, sorry, Tarnsy Ruin. No, sorry, I'm saying it wrong again. I think I'm
Yeah.
tired and dyslexia is kicking in. Uh, Tarnsy Run 78. Oh boy,
Okay.
I really apologize about that. I'll continue on. Canadian Voice at Canadian Voice says, stuck in development hell, just like 1313 KOTOR remakes. You're optimistic. You think you'll ever get to see the light of. You think it'll ever get. You will see the light. If we'll ever, it will ever get the light of day. Yes, I do believe, and before 2030.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the remake, I've been saying for a long time too that I'm not 100% sure. I think it'll right now. it's looking a little more optimistic, but I'm still not 100% sure because I'm not 100% have faith in the company that's remaking KOTOR. But this new game, though, I do think we'll see this. I think it'll be a long time, but I do
Yeah.
think we'll see it. So,
Oh yeah, it's you know what? It's not even in the StarWars.com list of games coming soon. That's what I was looking at. That's where I was getting the information before. And you're right. It says all the games here that are coming. Yeah, games and apps and everything. So we have Galactic Racer, Beyond Victory. That's already out, isn't it?
I'm
Uh,
not familiar with that. Maybe
yeah,
it could be a
the mixed
reality, the
the
mixed
AR
reality
game.
thing.
Yeah.
AR, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That oh yeah, that came out in October.
Yep.
So yeah, that one is out. Zero Company, Outlaws, yeah, Eclipse, and there's no mention of the other one. No, look at that.
Yeah. No,
Okay, so the website doesn't even have faith in it.
the company that did it, they're the ones that were putting out a lot of the ports, and
Yeah,
they've done
yeah.
an okay job with the ports. You know, some of the newer ports had some issues that they had to fix. And then there, of course, there was the whole thing with KOTOR 2 where they're like, and we're going to be putting in all that cut material and everything else. And then people bought the game thinking that was going to happen. And then they're like, oh, just kidding. We're not going to do that. And that made me lose some faith in them. And then, like I said, the remake, we've talked about this before. The remake's been on
Hmm.
again, off again, rumor wise. Currently, they say that they recently said it's still in development. The company, they're still working on it. It's still happening. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Um, but I think we are tired. I think we've about hit the end of it. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm just trying to look through fast here, and I can't find any information on that in StarWars.com. There's like a mention of it, but
Yeah,
there's
no.
nothing I can click.
Nope.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you all for joining us for 2025 and for season two. We're going to take a little break for getting to season three ready. It'll be here faster than you can think. I remember season three of The Mandalorian took forever, but season three of Star Wars Dads won't take that long. That I promise. So we'll be around. We'll be back around the end of February, um, and we're gonna do what we promised that we were gonna do games and stuff like that. And we just never got into it because of we had just too much to talk about, and I am planning with to have Justin Justin Masson. Oh, uh, joining us to talk about Star Wars Outlaws. Justin Masson. I keep saying it in French.
Justin Mason.
Masson. Justin Masson. He's playing a lot of Star Wars Dad. Star Wars Dad. My gosh, I'm tired. Star Wars Outlaws, and he actually put it on his one of games of the years recently. Did you catch that?
Yep.
Recently, they talked about
Yep.
that
Yep.
the last Friday. And so, yeah, we're going to be chatting with him in the near future, probably in spring. So, where you can actually catch up a bit because we will be talking about the Star Wars Outlaws and you will be spoiled. So, we will take, we'll wait a little bit for you to catch up.
Not a
And
problem.
yeah, you're going to have a lot of fun with that, deciding on who you're going to be affiliated with. Stream some for us, okay?
Yeah.
And let some people watch for the view of Star Wars on Nintendo Switch.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I will just say in closing,
Hmm.
these are not the droids you're looking for. May the force be with you, everyone.
May the force be with you all. Thank you for a great season there, Shannon. Talk to you soon.
Yes. Talk to you soon.
Thank you all for taking a seat with us on the Star Wars Dads podcast. We are a part of the Nintendo Dads family of podcasts, including Nintendo Dads, Retro Logic, Retro Groove, On Topic Retro, and Film Logic. If you like what you see or hear and want more, join us through the Nintendo Dads Discord. Direct message us on the socials and we might send you an invite to where all the cool fans are. We are at Star Wars Dads 77 on Blue Sky and X, at Star Wars Dads on the Instagram, Threads and TikTok. Twitch streaming Star Wars games at twitch.tv/Star Wars Dads. Please email us your questions or comments at starwarsdads77@gmail.com.